It is Monday, January 23rd, 2017. It is a night that will live in San Jose Sharks history. We will touch on that in a little bit because Patrick Marleau scored the rooster trick, folks, in a period. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the entire game and what it implies for the San Jose Sharks as they prepare to take off for Manitoba. But first, this is Pucknology After Dark. We are your only San Jose Sharks interactive post-game show with you. I am Eric Cura. You can follow me on Twitter at PuckGuy14. And I have Chris JWS and Ian Reed to join us in just a jiffy. But of course, Pucknology After Dark is presented by Audible, an Amazon company. We provide with them to give you a free 30-day trial where you can select over 180,000 audiobooks, and you can keep one whether you continue using the service or not. Log on to audibletrial.com/PAD. You get a free book. You help support the show. And like Patrick Marleau tonight, everybody wins. audibletrial.com/PAD is where you go. With that, let's say hello to Mr. Reed. Hello, sir.
Hello. How are we doing?
I'm doing excellent. And Chris JWS, hello there.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going very, very well. We are your three talking heads through this tonight. We'll break down the game. We'll talk about everything, including historic stuff. Yeah, historic stuff, yes, to get through. But nonetheless, if you want to be a part of the show and want to join the conversation, please do so using the hashtag PucknologyAD. You can also join us in the YouTube chat on the app or on the page right there. Of course, here on the Twitter machine here tonight, you have yours truly at PuckGuy14. I read Pucknology, REID, and Chris JWS. That being said, wow, what a third period. I mean, wow, guys. It was a quiet 1-1 game, and they were going back and forth with rushes left and right. I thought Colorado started this game out dominating in shots. San Jose came back with a late goal, but Ian, I'll start with you, my friend. Wow. What... another typical Monday night hockey game for the Sharks on the road.
So Dave Lozo on Twitter, who's from the Puck Suit podcast with Greg Wyshynski on the Nerdist Network. His tweet is, "Oh well, he didn't honor Joe Thornton with his fourth goal, but at least Patrick Marleau beat off a couple of defenders."
Oh, jeez.
Glorious.
Chris, what did you take from tonight?
I mean, honestly, where was Marleau the first two periods? If he had that same pace the entire game, he would have hit 500 tonight. I mean, come on, man. Get with it. But shit, yeah, no. Mr. Shark killing it. Like, that third period was worlds better than the first two. And that one, they actually, from the get-go, they were controlling play. And Marleau was the guy who really, who actually put it in the net. But the whole team was better in that third period. And Marleau, second career hat trick against the Avalanche.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was 2011 last time he did it. I remember that day very specifically because the Niners clinched a 10-win season for the first time in like a decade as well. There you go, Gen X. There's your NFL mention. Have fun.
He also scored his first, his second playoff hat trick against Colorado, Game 1 in 2004. So let's just get into it. Chris, go ahead and throw up the graphic. So Patrick Marleau scored 3 goals in 7 minutes, and I think he scored 4 in 9. I mean, this is unreal. Patrick Marleau, the first Shark to score 4 goals in 1 period for the Sharks. He becomes the third player to score 4 goals in a game. The first one was Owen Nolan in December of '95 in Anaheim. Of course, we remember the second one very, very well, the hurdle trick 2013, which quickly became known as the next person to score 4 will have a rooster trick, preferably Jumbo Joe Thornton. But let's be real here. When does he actually pass it to the net? But Patrick Marleau, 4 goals in the game, let alone the third period.
A natural hat trick.
In the first time, obviously, the first time that the Sharks have ever had a player score 4 goals in one period ever.
Shoot, I do it all the time on NHL 15, whatever.
Whatever. Yeah. So in a matter of 13 minutes and 30 seconds, Patrick Marleau scored 4 goals. Absolutely unreal. 4 goals. I'm just stunned. And he was like scoreless. He didn't score a goal in his last 7 games, I believe.
I think it's something like that. And I was half expecting him to put that last one between his legs, but at least, I'll take it.
Respect a game like that.
Yeah, I know. Like Marleau respected the game. He didn't respect the Avalanche much, but he respected the game. He respected them all game long, or actually all third game long, really.
And looking at the chat here, Jumbo asking Marleau, let me get a hit of that sticky icky from the weed. Oh, jeez. Kevin Lacey, thank you for properly listing them as the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, not the other version. Gen X, Roenick is going to cut his post-game video and apply for White House press secretary job. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you caught the post-game immediately after. Roenick was very complimentary of him because I think, he kind of had to be because,
what's he going to say?
Yeah, the guy just scored 4 goals. So, yeah, I'll shit on him later in the playoffs.
Right.
Well, he sits now at 497 goals. We are officially on Marleau watch. It could possibly happen tomorrow night now, but let's not get too crazy. I mean,
looking at it could happen in a future home game very easily because, we have Oilers on Thursday. We have the Blackhawks. I mean, I'm not expecting him to go on a sudden tear, but it's a good chance he gets on the road too because we have 3 home games out of the next 7, I think. Next 8. There's only 3 home games, so good chance he could get it on the road, but who knows?
Yeah, it's quite possible. With you have Winnipeg tomorrow, that's a 5:00 start, and then they're home to Edmonton right before the All-Star break, and then they come home to play Chicago at home, and then a quick trip to Vancouver, and then another home game against Arizona, and then they're on the Eastern road trip for following that. So he does have 3 chances to get to 500 at home. Of course, I'm sure they would all love for that to happen. But
get your Marleau 500 merchandise. It'll be coming. I just have this feeling. I'm pretty sure the Sharks got that ready to go. And
there are unconfirmed reports that the merchandise is ready for him when it happens. So,
and all that scoring, and Jumbo actually did not end up on the score sheet. But he can continue his march another night.
Well, here's the other thing too. They took him off the top line in the third period. I believe he was with Bodker and Logan Couture for the majority of the third.
And Bodker was actually working pretty hard as well off the puck. Like he helped set up. I think it was the first one he helped set up, and he was getting some good work done. I think scrambling the lines a bit there kind of helped get the Sharks out of their slumber because the first 2 periods. I mean, we should talk about the first 2 periods.
Yeah, let's kind of calm ourselves
right.
down a little because I mean, it's 4 goals. You see this big grin on my face. I'm like, holy crap, this is unbelievable. But let's kind of start it down. Colorado came out of the gate early. They were leading shots 4-0 in the early period, and at one point, I don't even think the camera for the game was going to the right side because the Sharks hadn't had a chance to get on the a shot on goal. And little did we know that it would eventually, well, of course, NHL.com with the great stats, 0 shots on goal. in the first period.
Legit.
But I
I
think
have the shots at 28-26 at the end of the game in favor of the Avalanche.
Do we have a period by period total by chance?
Yeah, period by period I have here. So the first period is actually 9-9, second period 4-4, third period 13-15 in favor of the Avalanche. But I mean, when you spend most of the third period up by 2 or more goals, it's not surprising the Avalanche might outshoot you by a little bit. So really, the first 2 periods weren't as much bad as they weren't very good. To one, I think the Avalanche should be given credit. They're not giving up on their season. You can see they're out there playing hard. Sharks' problem is they kept on turning the puck over and feeding the rush, turning over their own blue line, turning it over high in the zone, and letting the Avalanche constantly just counterpunch. And yeah, you set up a team like that, it doesn't matter how bad they are, they're going to have opportunities.
I think they're all just playing to get out of Colorado, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to be in? I mean, honestly, I was wondering if they're smoking some of Chiba before the game or something like that, because they looked like they were a little stoned for the first 2 periods.
A whole new meaning to Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah, that 2013 called. It wants that joke back. I mean, bro, that was yeah.
Hey, it seems appropriate here because I think Patty and the Sharks are on one. Just saying. Back to you guys.
No, definitely. And like, I don't want to shit on the Sharks too much for the first 2 periods. Like, I wanted to see more, but like I said, like the Avalanche do deserve credit as well. And I think the third period was the first period where the Sharks, in out of 6 periods now against the Avalanche, where the Sharks started attacking really, coming at them really hard. They weren't turning the puck over as much. They were playing fast and making Colorado chase the play. And I think, I don't know. I think maybe mixing the lines helped get out of the stagnation.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ian, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the lines were a little interesting to start off, and then obviously you had Donskoy go out again, which kind of messed your lines up there and kind of screws with your rotation a little bit.
As far as Donskoy is the cancer that's infecting his team right now.
Wow.
Yeah, no. I just think going down, it kind of it messes with their flow, right? They like to roll 4 lines, and when you lose a forward like that, and if the Sharks could just be healthy, that would be fantastic. That's obviously gonna
be great.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's going to cause an impact on their game, I think, and not always for the better. But they came on in the third when they needed to. I was getting nervous a little bit to start the game because I thought, this kid playing his second NHL game and he's just not going to get challenged at all again, which was my big critique from the first game was that they didn't challenge really. They didn't make Spencer Martin work at all.
No.
So I was kind of worried that it was just going to kind of be a repeat of that, and I'm glad that they took care of business this time around.
Beast on Wheels in the chat. Duchesne or Landeskog for Dylan. Don't worry, we have an article about that that's going up tomorrow. Not. By the way, if you are new here, national games usually get a lot of new viewers. Check us out. We are here after every single post game. We are on SoundCloud, iTunes, and all that good stuff. So subscribe here, subscribe there, take us on the go, all that good stuff.
Mike Ness, there's 40 people watching and I'm on. It wasn't me.
Back to you, Eric.
Thank you. So kind of where you were talking about the lines being jumbled up, Jonas Donskoy looks like he took a hard hit into the boards. I think it was Grigorenko, if I wasn't mistaken, and didn't come back afterwards. So there's some concern about that. We'll see what's coming out of it. We're checking the Twitter machine. We're bugging Kersey, and we'll see what's going on. But I mean, maybe we should just roll without 4 complete lines at this rate. No, I'm kidding.
No.
But who is the next Shark up?
Carpenter. Carpenter was out tonight. Was that injury or what was that?
No, that was just healthy scratch because, yeah.
So we expect Carpe Deuces to come in, who sat out tonight for the return of Timo Meyer. Tima had some decent chances in this game too, I thought.
It's fine. But, I mean, if you're like, I didn't like the fact that he started on the fourth line. I'm still of the opinion if you're gonna play Timo Meier on the fourth line, send him back down. Put Carpenter there.
I guess something odd also at Donskoy though is looking at the shift chart and all that. So he only took 3 shifts in the first, which is odd. That's like the lowest in the team. Then he took a single in the second. I don't know if that was when was the injury? Was it in the first or the second?
I believe it was in the first.
Okay, so maybe they tried him out for a shift in the second and it didn't work, I guess. Because like looking at that, like that's really low for the first. But yeah.
I'm going to say on Twitter, Brody said, how ironic would it be if Jumbo were to get his 1,000th assist on Patrick Marleau's 500th goal, to which Ross McKean, quote, give it to Thornton, who will naturally pass it on to Marleau.
Right.
So, I mean, because there's a distinct possibility here, barring it happens, in the next couple of nights, that, Jumbo's 1,000th assist could be Marleau's 500th goal, and you split the puck.
Get your merchandise.
Anyways, so onwards to the second period where 4-4 were the shots. There definitely wasn't too much going on there, but of course, another legend scored on the power play, and that was Jarome Iginla, his 6th of this season. I think he was on a long schneid himself from Grigorenko and Zadorov. About halfway through that game, made it 1-1. Definitely quick pace early to start on that period too, I thought.
I think Zach said it on Twitter, something to the effect of Jarome Iginla could be 90 years old, have only one arm working, and be in a wheelchair, and he'd still be able to score on the Sharks. Stone cold Shark killer. And yeah.
I tweeted something to the effect of, is that one more for the road? Because I don't know how much hockey's left in Jarome Iginla at this point either.
Bro, it was an honor having you score on us, man.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real here. Do we see Iginla in an Avs uniform? I think we play them again in March.
Randy was saying the season series was 2 and done, but I haven't looked at the schedule.
Pretty sure it's one more.
Yeah, I thought we played 3, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Anyways, move on while I check.
You go on while we check. So moving on to the third period, let's talk about this historic third period, something that, rarely do you see the Sharks score 4 goals in a period as a team. But playing here at 2:53 from Vlasic and Bodker. So Bodker gets on there tonight. Also, Vlasic gets one of his 2 assists. I'm trying to, it was a nice tip-in shot from Vlasic from the blue line. Nice goal to get things going. It made it 2-2 or 2-1.
It helped that they left Marleau all alone in front of the net.
Yeah.
I mean, not trying to take anything away, but I was like, man, what are the Avs? The Avs got kicking themselves on that one. I mean, I forget who else was there, but Marleau and someone else were all alone in front of the net, and the other guy was kind of running over like, oh, shit.
Yeah. You got to keep your head on. I think it's always been a thing. You got to keep your head on a swivel and get ready to take a shot or deflect a shot from the point. That was for sure. And then where did my stat sheet go? Dang it. And then just a couple minutes later, Marleau again gets a nice shot from the point. I love how NHL.com can give me ad and I can't see it. At 5:57 from Couture and Burns for his 14th of the year. Made it 3-1. Looked like they were in the driver's seat already. He comes down along the wing. He had a glorious chance to get into the shot, but he couldn't do it. But then he just circles around and just a nice little wraparound score. That was unreal.
Wraparound on the backhand, no less. I mean, it's hard enough to do a wraparound on on your forehand there. Forget about your backhand.
Yeah, no, I just, and he had the wheels going. I mean, granted, these aren't Patty 18-year-old wheels. I mean, he still had some
year in the league. I mean,
yeah.
When he started, I wasn't even a teenager yet.
Yeah, and then it was a nice give and go with Pavs at the end of a penalty kill, and he tips it in past Martin and make it 4-1. And I love that how many hat tricks there were, or hat trick hats for Patty. Good crowd in Colorado tonight. In fact, I think some of them kind of like cradled downward to the Sharks shoot twice side. I noticed that there was a little section over there that kind of got excited when he scored that third goal.
Did anyone else notice the people trying to throw him against the screen? Like, guys, you can't throw that high. Like, you're probably drunk. You're my spirit animal right now. I mean,
right? It just come on. Oh my goodness, yes. So that made it 4-1. Then we had a bit of controversy. Colorado scores to make it 4-2. Looked like, oh God, why can't I think of the guy's name tonight? It looked like there was some goaltender interference as the Colorado player shoved Brendan Dillon into Martin Jones. Andreas Martinson somehow got a tip of
Kevin Lacey pointing out something that the referee signal was no goal, and he said he tweeted out pick. I haven't seen that, but I didn't see that call one way or the other. Yeah, it just seemed odd though that I guess what Randy says because his feet were outside the crease, but I mean his stick was in the crease. He was pushing Dillon. I guess like if you're pushing a defender into the goaltender, it's okay. I don't know. I'm not that upset about the call. It just I wasn't sure if that was the correct call.
Right. I completely agree with that.
Kevin Lacey tweeted out. Give me a second.
Yeah, it was interesting because I thought he had pointed to the goal and then he was pointing to the player at the point. So he kind of was pointing to the goal and then he was pointing over there. So it looked like he had gone no goal, but I thought he had signaled goal on that call.
Here, let me go ahead and share here.
Perfect.
Yep. Thank you. Follow Kevin Lacey 22. Jerkoff has not followed me back for some reason.
What the hell, Kevin?
But there we have the referee appears to be giving a no goal signal. I don't know because I mean the way they reviewed it basically said the call on the ice stands. So that means whatever the call on the ice was, they couldn't come up with conclusive one way or another. But based on what Kevin shows there, it looks like they signaled no goal. I don't know if Ian, maybe you can answer because you might know more than I would. Who has the final call of in terms of like on the on ice referees as far as what the on ice call was. So if one says goal, the other one says no goal.
You go to Toronto.
Sorry,
you go to Toronto you put it under review.
Okay, so in other words, it should have been an automatic review. It shouldn't even been if one said one thing and another said another thing, should have been an automatic review. So I guess I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, so that's
what
interesting.
The hell?
How dare you not follow Chris? Whatever. So after that, that made it 4-2. So things were starting to get a little interesting. And I was thinking, all right, well, maybe they pulled their goalie late. Maybe Marleau could get the fourth.
I didn't really care about the call though because I feel like I'm so tired of because I didn't think it was okay, Jones was interfered with, yes, by but I just feel like it wasn't that bad. And I just hate that. Like we've come to this point when it's not consistent, but it gets to this point where sometimes it's like you breathe the goalie's oxygen, goaltender interference. Like I hate it.
And see,
I know what you're saying, and I'm not really that upset by it. It's more just like I'd rather it get right, but in the end, it's like, well, whether we beat them 5-2 or we beat them 4-2, 5-1, I really don't give a shit. As long as we win.
A win's a win. So we should
when the Sharks do good, it's good.
Absolutely.
But what about that 5-on-3? Damn it!
Oh my God, let's talk about that.
No, I was being sarcastic. It's really
No,
not
no,
important.
I'm going to say this because they had over a minute of 5-on-3 time, and to quote somebody, I forget who it was, they're all passy, shooty, shooty.
Honestly, they weren't even really passy. They were hold pass,
Yeah.
which passy is fine on a 5-on-3 because really, and when people get angry about that, when the Sharks do that and don't score, I don't get that because you want to get the people moving. You got to get them moving. That way you get them tired. That way you get those opportunities. But they were doing a lot of pass, hold, attempt to centering pass that has no chance because they know exactly when you're going to try it. And that's what frustrated me more than anything. I forgive it a bit because when you're up big like that late in the game, maybe they're going to take less chances. They're going to do less D to D and try to avoid anything that might expose a breakaway. But still, wasn't very good.
You want to see it click, but I mean, at the time, it's like again, it goes back to like oh no, so it's 6, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Precisely.
Yeah, I mean, it's harder. I guess what you mean though is harder to judge that given the context. Like if it was a 1-1 game and their 5-on-3 look like that, I would be a lot more livid. I would be, what the hell, guys? But in a game where you're up by a couple goals, I totally understand why you're going to spend more time just trying to hold the puck and run down the clock. It's not ideal, but I understand it.
Logan Couture tweeted, "Stroke it, Patty."
Really? Okay, we better get this on the broadcast before he thinks better and deletes that tweet.
And somebody screen capture it while you have it.
Yeah, somebody screen cap this, but I'll have to get this one shared here. Give me a second here.
Got it, Chris?
Not yet. Give me a second.
AJ just retweeted it.
Here, I got it. I got it right here. There we go, folks. 9:10 p.m. 2 minutes ago, and it's got 57 retweets. Stroke it, Patty. Hashtag PM12.
That's fantastic.
Love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to know that isn't just a running joke among Sharks fans. The Sharks themselves remember that.
Oh, that is awesome, Logan. That is.
I mean, that's a call. That was like almost 4 years ago now, though, when Joe Thornton went legend with that. And I'm so they're like, oh, it shouldn't have been reported or whatever that he said that, but that was one of the most amazing moments. Like I remember Joe Thornton was trending on Twitter nationally for those comments. It was just the most beautiful thing ever.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That is crazy. And then of course the fourth goal, nice feed from Vlasic on a breakaway. He looked like he was going to get a penalty shot. He was getting hooked a couple of times, and he buries it home. 4-goal night for Patrick Marleau. Chris, throw up the graphic one more time if you don't mind.
Sure, give me a second.
Again, he's the third Sharks player to ever score 4 goals in a game. He's the first to score all 4 in a period. And I think they said on the broadcast, but also Uncle Darren Stevens via AJ Strong. Thank you, AJ. Per Elias Sports, Patrick Marleau was the first player to score 4 goals in the third period since Mario Lemieux did it on January 26, 1997 against Montreal. Patrick Marleau wasn't even in the league when it last happened, when 4 goals in the third period occurred by one player.
Could you repeat the date again real quick?
January 26, 1997. So almost
20 years to the day. So basically, 3 days off of 20 years to the day. 19 years and 362 days.
Yeah. Wow. And of course, like we said before, that's the first time nobody has scored 4 goals in one period for the San Jose Sharks. There were some calls there late in the game. Didn't matter. Sharks went on to win 5-2. Martin Jones had a pretty decent game. Guys, I'm not really that concerned about it, but I think I'm sorry.
You gonna beat the drum?
No, I was going to be a different drum. It is in the sense that he doesn't get always shutouts, but he gets the job done. I mean, he only has 2 shutouts on the season so far, but it's 1, 2, maybe 3 goals.
And now, breaking news. Now we have Burns on Twitter with a hashtag Year of the Rooster. So I guess I'll have to share this one just a second. But yeah.
Looks like in the San Jose Sharks. And I know who this is. So thank you for posting it that way. San Jose Sharks, and this is from Chester Chivo. A Joe Thornton hat trick for Patrick Marleau. That's crazy.
We have here Brent Burns. Big win and what a night for Patty. Beast Marleau. Hashtag Year of the Rooster.
Love it.
I do love that the Sharks are embracing that, and it's not just fans who like to make crude jokes.
That's great.
Well, I mean, in fairness, it was a crude joke that they made first, so
yeah,
that's true.
But the fans loved it. They didn't shy away from it.
I'm sure. No. I'm sure. Who was it? Tony Gallagher, the Vancouver Sun, that leaked that out. The same one that.
No, it wasn't Gallagher. It was
Gallagher was the Weasel comments.
Oh, that's right, the Weasel.
Was it? I thought it was Botchford.
It's Botchford. No, Tony Gallagher was the Weasel comments, which, if you remember, former podcast,
which we also loved.
Yeah,
I think it was Botchford, but I don't remember. I just remember them getting just ripped apart.
Like Gen X in the chat, it's a cock trick.
Oh God. Slushy cheese. We gotta be careful with these. For the Chinese New Year, it is the Year of the Rooster, so obviously.
I was gonna say, actually, it is.
Oh, Chivo, that wasn't real. Oh, damn. Are you serious?
What wasn't real?
The
damn it, Chester.
Dang it, Chester, you fooled me.
So good at your
what
you do. Stop being good at your stuff.
Yeah, no, apparently that wasn't a Joe Thornton hat trick that the Shark. No, he did. No, that's right. I'm looking at it right now. It was a Joe Thornton hat trick for Patrick Marleau. Yeah, I gave Chivo the credit when I was screen sharing.
By the way, if anyone has any fantastic Photoshops they want to send in celebrating this, we always like those for thumbnails than our boring After Dark thumbnails. We'd much rather have something, and you have to keep it family friendly. But yes, we do appreciate a good Photoshop. Looking at you, Chivo, and Dr. Jackal there, and
Christina Marlowe. When he called home, I answered with "Congrats on your dick trick." Appropriate? Probably not.
Wait, did she actually tweet that?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Tweeted it in reply to Brent Burns.
Oh my God, are you serious?
First
off, AJ had posted this in our production meeting, we'll call it, with Patrick Marleau with the Rooster. But I gotta find Christina's.
Okay, I have it up here. Just a second. Let me give me 1 second. I'll share it.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
I just absolutely love that they embrace this.
There we go. There it is. When he called home, I answered, "Congrats on your trick." Appropriate, probably. I freaking love this. That is so awesome. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a phenomenon.
Just the other tweet here. Lost in all this Patrick Marleau insanity is Brent Burns is the fastest to hit 20 goals in 48 team games. Fastest D-man to hit the mark since Kevin Hatcher in the early 90s. 92, 93.
Oh, and by the way, the Sharks have won 5 in a row for the first time all this season.
Really? It's the first time this season? That's surprising. Yeah. But yeah, after that ass kicking by the Blues, they've gotten their butts in gear. I mean, they haven't all been pretty wins, but hey, win is a win. I mean,
a win is a win. You take what you can get. This is probably what
all
we
the
expected.
platitudes. Let's get them all out.
This is
all
probably
the platitudes.
This is probably the game that we expected them to have Saturday night, but hey, if it takes a day off of it, no problem.
And you know what? Like I wasn't that worried even after that game. Like I said, that's not gonna playing like that's not gonna win you a lot of games, especially when you're not playing Colorado. But at the same time, it was like I know they can play better than this. They have played better. They played really well against the Kings. They turned it on in the third period really well against the Lightning. In a back-to-back. So like we know the Sharks have another gear, and I think they even have another gear beyond that. Like I think this team still could score way more than it does. It's still the defense has been solid all year. So I think they can do more. I hope so.
Yeah. No, Rocket's saying he's what, fourth in league in scoring. Yeah, that's the thing. He's tied for fourth in league scoring. He's tied with Patrick Kane of the Chicago Blackhawks. I think only Ovechkin, Crosby, and Malkin are above him.
And he currently leads the league in shots on goal too, which is surprise to nobody.
Not at all. Gen X in the chat. I can't talk today. I apologize. You two can now enjoy Marleau for another 4 years at 6.75 AAV.
Well, I mean, there's going to be calls for that. I think it's going to be some interesting conversations had, I think, because I still think there's no money for him. This is just the sad reality of it. Unless you're going to punt some players. I mean, you got some big contracts coming up. Vlasic's not going to make the piddly amount he's making now. That money's got to come from somewhere.
Well, and that's the thing. You wonder where the money is going to come somewhere, because you have to figure out Jumbo and Patty this year, and then next year you got a boat.
Patty, you walk.
They walk
unless he takes a massive hometown discount. I just don't think there's any way Marleau is going to be able to be back.
So he had a big contract year after sucking the rest of his contract. Give me a break.
Yep.
I know we're all like nice and short-sighted like that, but I don't think it changes anything. I mean, I'm happy for him. It's going to be awesome when he hits 500. I know it's going to get me some hate, but you know what? Over the course of the contract, we've seen nothing but regression, and so I'm still on the thing where you have more important guys to get signed.
You're completely right, and you're right. This doesn't change that. I mean, it's fun to celebrate, but you're right. It doesn't change that Marleau is unlikely to be back next year unless he takes a massive discount. Really, though, we just need you kind of lounging like that. We need the glass to come out, deal with it.
Yeah.
Somebody get on that, make that gif of Ian, to deal with it. But I think you are completely right, though, and it sucks because we want to see. I think most of us would love to see him retire a Shark, but it's gonna take him being willing to take a lot less money, or Thornton and him both taking a lot less money. I think Thornton is probably back, but Marleau, it depends on what he wants more, money or to be here.
Right. And considering he's been here since day one with his in his NHL career, that
right. And I'm not trying to be a wet blanket. I get this.
No. Let's.
You're succeeding, Ian.
I know. Sorry.
Damn you, Kings fan.
Patrick Marleau is awesome. He's going to be back forever. We're going to give him all the millions that we don't have to follow the cap anymore.
Yeah.
Ian, you know more about the cap than I do. Because I know more in the NBA and the NFL. But there's nothing like legacy player contracts or anything like that? Because the NBA has things where you can
cap.
Okay, so there's nothing like that. I wasn't sure, but yeah, it's because hockey don't make as much money.
No, it's hard cap.
Gen X says, player plays better in UFA year. Coming up later, water still feels wet. Let's see. I'm just going through the chat here. I would love to see him stay as a Shark and retire as a Shark in this world filled with fans who have no care about it. From Mike Nevis, Robert Iman, Vlasic, Jones, and Hurdle are the bigger priorities. That's
Absolutely.
True. That's true.
It's do you want to win long term? I mean, because if we keep him at a high price, that means we lose somebody else like Vlasic or someone that will
someone younger who's going to be here long after Patrick Marleau's dead and gone.
Yeah, it sucks, but
Kivo chiming in a couple times. I think Patty would take a huge pay cut to stay here. Although he says later, tomorrow's breaking news, Doug Wilson signs Patrick Marleau to a 3-year deal with a no-trade clause. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
muted and he's getting angry. I'm not used to this.
But and like Jessica says, but Hurdle is risky with the knee, and that's
I
another
don't
thing.
care.
That's another thing. You have to see how he goes up until that contract's expired. That's
You
for
can't,
sure.
but I mean, you know what though? I mean, the whole team could die in a plane crash tomorrow. That's not, you can't run a team like being like, oh, I don't know, because if he goes off, and I'm not saying this would necessarily happen, but if you give up on Hurdle because of injury concerns and he goes somewhere else and is relatively healthy and puts up a crap ton of points, then where are you? Like, you have to just assume he's going to be healthy. That's the expectation you have to go in with. Like, a player of that age with that upside, you just have to hope that he's going to be healthy. You can't just walk away from him unless he drops off a cliff, which I don't see happening after the way he started the year.
On the other hand, though, I mean, they know more about his situation than we do. You know, they know all the particulars. They hear the doctors. So if they don't give him money and let him walk, then you really know something's off. But if the signs
fall off a cliff.
Yeah, if the signs point to to what we think we know as far as him being able, having a lot of upside, unless they know something we really don't, it'll be Hurdle, it'll be Vlasic, and it should be. And that's one of the things that it sucks. Like, it's kind of like between putting your fan hat on and putting the perspective of general manager and thinking long term. That's that's what it really is. And then Eric, I think you have something here.
Yeah,
this is a data illustration.
Yeah, from a data rink, which I think is just really cool. It's like pretty much a summary of how the game went, and there you go. 5-2. I mean, that's pretty quick way of describing the game itself. So with that, good night. No.
cool data visualizations from those guys.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Patty had 19 goals in 14-15, 25 and 20 and 15-16. I mean, Patty's now at 16 so far, so you're probably looking at a 20 goal year. That's for sure. Sleepy Mofo says Patty got that ginseng working. Nick Neftepis. Oh, jeez. Nick Neftepis. If the team does die in a plane crash, Ian, what do they do with their cap space? Show off the rails. Oh, jeez.
We're not going there. We're not going there.
Morbid. I mean,
honestly, if he's not going to play center for this team, let him walk. And I think that's Genix saying about that for Hurdle.
You gotta. I mean, like, look at knee injury concerns. I understand the concerns with Hurdle, but I mean, it's not like this is his first knee injury. He had a really good start to the season. Like, I was really happy with what Hurdle was doing before he got hurt.
You take that chance, but I guess it really comes down to if this is the same injury or not. Because we think it is. We're speculating that it is. We don't know for sure because we don't have that information. But again, being the show's resident expert on knee injuries here, it is, if you have a knee injury that's reoccurring, I mean, we saw it finished Raffi Torres. He was a lot older. But if Tomas Hurdle was Raffi Torres, he would get like 15 games or something for that. I don't know. But
talk in the chat's been like, we've noticed the Sharks don't have retired banners. Would Nolan get number retired? I at this rate, it's been 14 years since he's put on teal. I can't see him getting the number now.
Honestly, I don't know if I really want them to retire or too many numbers. Really, like. That's a problem some teams have eventually is they retire numbers and they start running out. I mean, I think it'll be a long time before they do, but I think Marleau is one that I don't really want to see anyone else wear number 12 again because he's literally worn that sweater for 19 years and entirely possible he could end up wearing it for 20, 21, 22 years.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree. And Mike, I know we're talking about how Marleau's the king and now it's by Marleau. We're kind of keeping in perspective, but we're right. You're right. We need to keep them. Let's be real here. He's had a great night. Let's give him one night.
I don't think it takes away anything from his night. I just think it's important to point out that, like, this doesn't change anything. Come the this
One game
Bod Kerr's
shouldn't
hat trick
change
didn't
things.
change his outlook. This
Right,
doesn't
yeah,
really change Marlowe's outlook. I mean, if he was like on a 40 goal pace right now and lighting the world on fire, it might change some things. You'd still be apprehensive because of his age, but and honestly, he's played pretty well this season. And I know Gen X with his cynicalness, his cynical attitude, always like, well, of course you play well in the final year of your contract, but he's played well. I mean, give him credit, and he got a lot of he actually got some numbers to go with it tonight. But overall this year, I thought he's played really well. He's been
good this year.
Very consistently good.
No one's taking that away from him. I just think that reality is the cap is the cap.
Yeah, and I think that's something. I mean, we don't want to get too much more into the cap because we've kind of beat that one to death. I know you guys were talking about that in Writers' Room as well, but that's probably a topic that'll be reoccurring a lot over the next few months, is talking about the Sharks cap situation and how they're going to fit these guys, because they have a lot of good guys they need to keep, and it's going to be hard to keep anyone who's not up to snuff. I don't know. You guys want to put a bow on this one and start looking ahead to the next couple games?
I think we can. Do you have any final thoughts, Ian?
No, I just needed to deal with it. Gift.
Yeah, somebody make that happen.
Yes, apparently.
So, coming up here, we have Tuesday, or tomorrow, I should say. We're at Winnipeg on Thursday versus Edmonton. I'll be at the game. Say hi if you see me. And then the All-Star break. And on the 31st, we are playing against Chicago.
Right. So, the next three are at home. Patrick Laine might be back tomorrow for Winnipeg, although Winnipeg played tonight in Winnipeg against Anaheim. So while the Sharks have to travel to Manitoba, they did play a night, even though they get to sleep in their own beds. So it kind of balances it out. But
that could be a sluggish game tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, it might be one of those where you need to get on there early and maybe hang on. And for that, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's Winnipeg, so it's not like you're going to get into town and do anything.
Oh, sure. And I'm sure they're not going to.
Are you trashing the good city of Winnipeg, Ian?
Yeah.
Oh, shots fired. Wow. Canadian on Canadian crime.
They don't
we like to apologize. We like to apologize to our fans in Winnipeg.
No, we wouldn't. Your city is terrible. It's awful. Everyone knows this. I know this. You know this. Sad. Eric has a soft spot for Winnipeg ever since he picked them to win a series, and then they got swept. Yes, I remember that one.
Yeah. Yes, it was very infamous when I picked that one, and to which doggy face Chris said,
"Say that to my doggy face, you motherfucker!" Right? I forget. Was that the one that was actually that? Yeah, that's it.
I believe it was.
That's a classic. If you ever go back, I think it's on my channel. I think maybe it's on this channel.
No,
I don't know. Maybe I have to
channel.
dig that one out of the archives one of these times. But the infamous "say that to my doggy face, motherfucker," where I had you in stitches for about 30 seconds straight.
That was. I'm sorry that I couldn't see myself on that one. That was just priceless for sure. But do we see Dell tomorrow?
I hope so. I mean, I really think it's the right opportunity to start him. And we definitely want Jones on Thursday. So I say yes. I think I'm hoping they're getting more confidence in him now.
Zach Devine actually wrote a really good piece on how Dell should be deployed going forward. It's worth a read.
Where is that at? Where can people find that?
Where did he put that? I've seen he writes in so many places. I believe it was on the Hockey Writers, but I could.
Yeah, Zach Devine. He is the internet slut. He gets around everywhere.
Yeah, he's
on everywhere. We love you, Zach.
He's the hockey blogosphere equivalent to Pierre LeBrun, where he does TSN, RDS, ESPN, and as like TSN 1040 likes to say, and networks not even named.
Right.
Laurel is asking, was that Brody as a guest with him using Snapchat filters? Yeah, that was the cover thing. I think that was Brody was goofing off with the Google Toolbox, and we had him on. That was almost 2 years ago now. We had Brody on. That was like the first show where we didn't have like 5 people watching us and had like 20 and 30 people
that was
watching
on the
us.
Hockey Writers. It was on the Hockey Writers.
Okay, so yeah, check out on the Hockey Writers. Look for Zach Devine. I guess he wrote a good article on there. I have not seen that yet. I'm sure someone's tweeted it out. I'm sure Zach has tweeted out. You should follow him. He's at Zach the Bear with 2 Ks. So on Thursday we have Winnipeg. I'm probably going to tweet out that interview we did again with I'm just blanking on his name right now. Trent Petratz from the Oilers rig, talking about the Oilers, talking about McClellan, and controversial takes on Drew Maramenda. Apparently, they don't like him very much.
Fuck that team.
Yep.
You don't like Drew Amanda? Say it to my doggy face, mother puckers.
And then, we have Chicago coming up after the All-Star break, and I tweeted this out, but if we have a guest coming up on a little side thing I'm doing, we'll be talking to a blogger who covers, or actually a podcaster who covers the Blackhawks, among other things, Chicago sports. So you have questions for him, send them my way. Back to you, Eric.
Oh, thank you very much. So let's go around the league. A lot of Pacific Division teams were in play tonight. The Rangers beat the LA Kings in regulation 3-2 at Madison Square Garden. Washington continues to be on a roll. They beat Drew Weber's Carolina Hurricanes 6-1.
Take that, Drew.
Yeah, take that, Drew. See what happens.
Take that, Drew.
See what happens.
That's what you get for leaving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ian's sad, and you've made him sadder because he
Not
left.
bitter at all.
Not
As you can
bitter.
see.
He's more bitter than Daryl Sutter bitter beer face. Let's put it that way.
You mean Sam the Eagle?
Jeez. Wow.
I mean, how did he suck in his lips that far? I mean, I figure it's like his nose going, like it's touching his tongue or something.
It was the Maple Leafs beating the Calgary Flames 4-0. Nazem Kadri with 2 goals, picking up to 20th on this season. Austin Matthews did not score a point in this game. Steve Dangle will be
Mitch Marner did.
But Mitch Marner got the game-winning goal early in the first. And an interesting fight after Komarov nailed, I think it was Matthew Tkachuk, with Giordano. I think AJ
No, he got Gaudreau.
Or was it good? Oh, it was Gaudreau. My bad.
Yep.
Dang it, wrong rookie. Damn it.
You're losing it, man.
Sorry, trying to get all these things right. I'm sorry. So 4-0 for Toronto as Calgary's kind of backfired a little bit here. You had Anaheim hanging on, beating Winnipeg 3-2. The Sharks, of course, beat Colorado 5-2, and in overtime, watch out! Here come the Desert Dogs. They beat the Florida Panthers 3-2 in overtime tonight. But that is your quick look around the league, where you saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had 5 of the 7 Pacific Division teams playing tonight. And with that, we shall take a look at the standings. If I can go to screen share here, because Google Hangouts had to get rid of our favorite app for it. And here we are. As of this moment, the Ducks, with the win, continue to have that 1-point advantage. They have 63 points. Sharks are at 62 and have 3 more
Rose
than Anaheim does. That'll come on in a little bit. Let's see.
Speaking of drinking games, did anyone notice that Randy Hahn used the Long Beach reference shortly after I tweeted him, like, hey, dude, you haven't told us where he's from yet. He favorited that tweet, and then, like, literally the next time Matt Nieto did anything, he said, Matt Nieto from Long Beach.
Yes. Well, thank you, Chris.
Like, come on, you can't not say that.
Just because he's with Colorado doesn't mean that reference never goes away.
That meme will never die.
Yeah. Edmonton is at 60 right now, and we've now started to see more of a gap growing between the top 3 and the bottom 4 in the Pacific. Calgary still hanging on to the number 2 wild card at 51. It is Vancouver at 50. just a 1 point behind Calgary for that second wild card spot. In LA, with their loss, is at 48. They are shockingly sitting in 6th in the division, but again, they are only 3 points out of a wild
kind
card
of like
position.
last year's
Burn,
Vancouver,
baby,
where they have like a
burn.
ton of points, but they don't have any rows.
Yeah, I mean, if you take out the loser point, the Sharks, I think, are actually on top of the division. Like,
Yep.
they have I think they only have 2 on the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
And AJ in here. Let's see, graphics. Want to butcher any? Which name did I butcher? Gen X. Jeez. My God, I'm just getting lit up tonight. AJ Strong saying Bodker was a +4 tonight. Get the fuck out of here. Cooch at a +5. How was he in the dot? Oh, that's one thing we that was the other drum.
We don't have to beat that drum
Face-off is
tonight.
bad.
Face-offs
We can
were
leave
bad
that drum
this year.
we can leave that drum for another night.
Face-offs were bad. But Gen X, what did I F up on?
Everything.
All the stuff, all the things.
All the facts.
You guys are so loving and caring. That's great.
Yeah, no, we are like sunshine and rainbows. Gotta bring you down.
Oh, that's great.
Everything sucks.
Ian is sunshine. I'm rainbows.
Sleepy
We are
mofo.
here to make you happy.
Cooch was a +5, but like Sleepy Mofo says, Cooch's tweet was a +10.
Kevin Lacey bringing up a good point. It's like the Avalanche are number 2 in the league in face-offs.
Yeah, face-offs. There's some.
There's importance to them,
there's
but it's not the be-all and end-all to possession.
Yeah, their impact on possession, and we're not going to go deep into it. Their impact on possession is not a linear relationship.
Let me get my math textbook. Let's do this.
It's more complicated. There's a little curve and stuff, and you have to get the derivative and all that lovely thing. Oh, and look at Jake talking about my bald head. Shut up, 13-year-old. You're balding.
Wow.
Sorry.
Damn.
Hey, I
tell that 13-year-old
you guys have said worse things to him. Don't even start on me.
I don't say nothing bad to Slushy.
We love Slushy. No, best wishes for you, bro. Saw that things are doing better for you. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We should probably be wrapping up here.
And by the way, happy early birthday tomorrow, bud.
Yeah, happy birthday. You're one step closer to dying.
Wow.
Again,
Damn.
sunshine strikes again. We are just here. We're just having a good time here. We're just here to lighten your day. And Honky Jerk saying I'm getting upset. Hashtag off the rails. Not really. I've been bald for 10 years. I long embraced it. I it's okay. I mean, I knew my dad was bald too, so I knew it was coming.
I feel I'm an old man. I'm way closer than you, Slush.
What are you showing there, Eric?
This is I told you about that Komarov had a huge hit on Johnny
Gaudreau.
Thank you. And this was the subsequent fight. Let's watch Matt Giordano and what?
Yeah, what a tool. I'm glad he got stupid, bounced around and dumb. I hate this so much. It was a clean hit. There was nothing wrong with the hit at all. And then, of course, you have to go fight because
somebody hit someone else hard, so you gotta fight.
I mean, the meatheads are their own worst enemy in this game because, oh yeah, of course you gotta go answer the bell after you play a big hit. No, you don't. You can just hit somebody, and that's that.
After there's a dirty hit or whatever. Next time, because that's how you retroactively prevent it, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. So I mean, you want to panzify the game. Keep fighting after clean hits. And wait till the rules that come in. There's no supplemental discipline.
If you're new
here,
here,
it was clean as fuck.
If you're new here, we have sunshine and rainbows for you after every single game comes into your subscription box. If you just hit the little button below, me and Ian are not always here. We can't always bring you this kind of positivity, but
yes,
we can try. We can try.
Yes, so subscribe here. This is your live interactive Sharks postgame show. After
Jared, okay. Sorry.
What?
Oh, I was just because I was reading something in the chat about there might be supplemental discipline, and I was like, for what? It was a clean hit, but then it was about Giordano, so cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For more Sharks news and opinions, visit Pucknology.net. You can follow us on all of our social media channels: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, of course, the YouTube. Search for Pucknology Writers Room, which is a great league-wide podcast that we talk about anything and everything in the world of hockey. That's at 7 p.m. on Sunday nights.
We just recorded a new one yesterday, so you should listen to it after you're done watching.
Yeah.
So
Get smarter.
If you missed anything from tonight's show or any shows in the past, including Writer's Room or that great Sharks Weekly roundup we call the Pucknologists with AJ Rocket and Hockey Jerk, you can listen to us on audio, on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher,
MySpace, Friendster,
MySpace. No kidding, we do have a MySpace.
Zanga. Actually,
Zanga.
yeah. Oh, Ian is showing off his lower third here. So
Yes, and that's Ian at I Read Pucknology. And we used to have lower thirds, but Google and YouTube took them away. So
How
we
about Fear
apologize
the
for
Fin versus Pucknology? Hey, look it. When it was Fear the
Wow.
Fin night, they lost. When it was social media night, we won.
Back.
Rumble over.
that. Wow.
damn.
I was going to go to that, but again,
Nope,
since I'm
going
back,
there.
Jeez.
There's a fancy stat for you.
Saturday night was awesome. So thank you to everyone that came out for social media night, and especially the Sharks tweet up. That was phenomenal. We are already talking about what we will be doing with the Sharks next season for social media night.
For 5 minutes when my gift finishes. Keep it going.
Oh, keep it going. Okay, we'll do, Chivo. We'll do. Nonetheless, it was awesome on Saturday night with seeing many of your familiar faces. A012345, which, by the way, we do owe you guys something. We'll get to that. We'll figure out something soon. AJ, that's on you. Both of you wearing the shirts. Jessica rocking a Pucknology After Dark shirt.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was freaking awesome. And then, of course, Sharky comes in and is Sharky. Let's just put it this way.
Sharky
Here,
does Sharky things.
I'll go through some of my pictures I have here tonight, since we have to vamp for 5 minutes for Chester Chiba.
Well, I you know what? Kevin Lacey's bringing up an important thing. You won't find Pucknology Writers Room here. You will find us on our own channel.
That's what
Pucknology
I
Writers
said.
Room.
That I'm just saying no, but you'll find the audio feed on there. Yours truly with the Notch Gentry Alexander, getting fancy. We'll notice that picture makes it onto the Jumbotron when we were at the Shark store. Saying hello to the awesome crew at the Shark store. All of them are great. Zach Devine was the first to come down for a nice little for the tweet up. A012345.
Oh man, look at those shirts.
And
That's
Lizzie,
awesome.
they came out and they were the first to have the Pucknology After Dark shirts. That was awesome. Definitely had a bunch of people come down and say hello. Always fun. Jennifer, she's been in multiple tweet ups before. Chris Sampang, he's been a longtime Sharks fan for years. There's Jessica rocking her button and the t-shirt. Nikki, all the best to you. Good to kind of see you slowly getting back on the Twitter machine with her brother Mikey. Sorry, that was a blurry picture of Chantry in the teal weight rocket. Geo, good dangler for the junior Sharks. He's definitely there. I'm trying to take a picture, to which AJ says, "Show off the shirt, dumbass."
How many beers deep was AJ at that point? How many IPAs?
I don't know. I don't know, but sure enough, I show off the shirt. There you go. More blurry stuff there. Yeah, of Lizzie A012345 and yours truly on there. Definitely get that going. Let's see. Yeah, my view from the ice was literally looking right at the shark head.
It's like, WTF you looking at there?
Yep. Shalena, you still need to get your tweet up button. Let's see here. Anonymous, upload her. Villy, not paying attention while I'm trying to take a picture with him.
You guys look like you're about to drop the sick rap album or something in that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say drop the beat.
Give me a beat.
You gotta look away from the camera like you don't care. That's how cool you are.
Yes. He was ready. He's he's gonna drop it.
Keanu, hello to you too. Wingles, along with 2 for tweeting and Denise89, 3 lovely girls. They stopped their conversation for 0.2 seconds for this picture. Boom, done. Yes. Nick Neff Teppets in the chat.
Nice.
Def Shark Tips. Dude had an awesome night. That night he won a jersey, playing a game during the game, which made AJ slightly jealous because he's never been picked to do a game in the 26-year history of the organization. Ken and Steve. Kelsey asking why am I taking another picture of her. Of course, Slushy and his buddy. So see, Slushy, you have come on the show now. Yes. Jessica again rocking the After Dark shirt. AJ and Rocket, I gotta say that teal wig freaking rocks. I'm just saying, I'm kind of jealous. Rocket can rock teal, personally. Cinder Joe with his little pass and his friend. Just an awesome night around. That was the first intermission crew. Quick hello from Randall. Photobomb by Gentry, of course. Randall says hello. He can't wait to jump on the show sometime in the near future. But yeah, the place was filled for Jumbo Chia night. Definitely got a shot, and I was walking around during the second period. Mikey Day, he's the Sharks organist at Sharks Oregon. Definitely check him out. I was trying to win in a Burnty stick there. Brett, if you ever go down for warm-ups by the Sharks bench, there's a big, tall guy that usually Patty likes to toss pucks to, and he usually hands them out to the kids. It's that guy, Brett, there. And there's the main tweet-up photo. Everybody's in there, and the surprise special guest was Sharky. Came with the Tank Patrol. It was awesome. So thank you to all who made it out. It was greatly appreciated to have you join us and add on to social media night for sure. Like I said, we are in talks about making the 2018 social media night looking fan-frickin-tastic.
And we'll win that game.
It's going to be huge. There's going to be 1.5 million people there.
Yeah.
Gen X, jeez. No pics of Rocket with Dylan. No, I didn't save that to my phone. I'm sorry.
Jerk.
Gen X saying, why aren't you playing Memories or Don't Dream It's Over? I think Gen X just likes to pick on me now.
Yeah.
You just realized that?
Shit, we're 3 seasons in?
Well, we've been doing this for over 2 years now, and you just realized that.
Let me put it this way. I get a phone call. Here's interesting, and this is kind of semi-serious. I get a phone call today asking about AJ's tweet from Apple support, and you're like, "Hi, are you AJ?" No. He called about Apple support. We wanted to contact him. Can you give us his number? No, you're Apple. You would have his number if he did. And then subsequently, a few minutes later, AJ gets a phone call. And it was he explained the problem to him and everything, and then next thing you know, well, here's what you should do: buy a PC because Mac sucks. And then they click on it, and what the fuck, really? Gen X,
cool story, bro.
Gen X slightly jealous because now he's asking for a slideshow from a trip to Sacramento. Unfortunately, haven't been to Sacramento.
We do have the weather report for you.
Those pictures are not appropriate for YouTube.
Too hot for YouTube.
Yeah, so whoever has both my number and AJ's number, kiss my pimply white butt.
Okay.
It was not cool. But yeah, whatever. Chivo, are you ready yet? I think I've stalled for a bit now.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Been vamping, bro. I mean, next Eric's gonna have to bust out some other pictures or something. I don't know.
Talking about
Well,
Cap
here
space.
we'll show you the GIF of Rocket with
There, watch Rocket.
Brendan
with
Dillon.
Brendan Dillon with Ian talking about cap space as your narration music. And why
So-
everything is awful.
Everything is awful.
So Ian,
Sir.
I think we should start plugging stuff and force him to hurry.
Yeah.
Ian, where can we find you, and what do you have to peddle? What are your wares?
My wares. We just did a new writers room last night, and it was awesome. So you should watch it, and you should subscribe to our audio channel, and just look in the little search bar. Go Pucknology Writers Room. You'll find our channel. Please subscribe. Come check us out. If you're looking, if you're interested in Writers Room, we do talk about Shark stuff too, obviously, but we try to branch out and talk some NHL topics that we don't really go into any depth on after dark. Try to take more of a deep dive. We also you're going to get more Barracuda coverage from us than any other Sharks podcast. So check it out for that too.
Chris, where can they find you?
You can find me at ChrisJWS on Twitter. You can also find my channel link over, if you look at the main page for this, at Chris S, something like that. I occasionally make videos. They're terrible. Don't watch them.
Really? I didn't know this.
I gave one for you guys explaining why they can never get a double header off on time. So I'm tired of having to explain that one. So I made a video, and I'm just going to tweet it at you anytime you ever say anything about it ever again. Literally every time, every tweet, I may go back in your archive and tweet it at you each time.
Well, I'm sorry. I can't help it that they can't freaking schedule a doubleheader down in the States. But meanwhile, it's been happening fine.
Watch my video, and you'll know why.
The last 60 years, they could do it fine for Hockey Night in Canada.
Watch my video. Watch my video, and you'll know why.
Who is harder on the Sharks, me or he who should not be named?
No, we are not talking Voldemort tonight.
Oh,
let's bust out the counter for this.
Oh, jeez. Really? All right. And nonetheless, subscribe here. We do this after every game. We'll be back here tomorrow night. Once again, visit pucknology.net for more Sharks news and opinions. Hit us up on the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, powered by Rocket Backhand, mind you, SoundCloud, and then, of course, Pucknology Writers Room on the YouTube machine. You better subscribe to that. Otherwise, Ian will send a Tim Hortons bag of hot coffee and burn you.
Wow. Things just got dark.
I was just channeling my inner Ian Reid sometimes. The angry Canadian. Back to you, Ian.
Well, that's awkward.
That is awkward. I'm apparently going to burn everyone with coffee. Enjoy that.
Subscribe and show up at your house and burn you with coffee.
That's right, yeah. Jeez.
Okay, I think we're off the rails.
Chivo, where are you, dude?
Come on. Oh, jeez. The sleeping mofo. No. Chivo, come on. Where are you? This better be good. No pressure. No pressure. All right. Well, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you hit up pucknology.net for all your information. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow night following the Sharks and the Winnipeg Jets. It will be I think it's a 5 p.m. start. That'll be back on CSN California. And then we'll be back with a special Thursday edition of Pucknology After Dark. Don't forget, probably that Thursday morning, Pucknologist will be coming down the chute as well. So be on the lookout for that. So make sure you are subscribing to our audio channels.
So
Chivo,
we do have a GIF here. Give me a second, and I'll have it up.
Yes.
So we have the Ian Reid deal with it GIF. I'm
yes. Oh, really?
God, I need this so bad.
He's like, lay it on me here.
There we go.
I want that. I need that. Oh my goodness. That's like,
You just wish you could make that as like your profile picture on Facebook or something.
I know. I
Like,
must
I
have
figure out if I can
this.
zoom in here or not. I probably can, but I'm used to my Mac.
Man, I need this as my profile picture.
Yeah, there you go. The Ian Reed deal with it. There you go.
I like how just like all loungy too. It's like it's fantastic.
Well, that's
Yeah,
why I was
but
like, you just need the glasses. That's all you
I know.
needed.
by the way, this was what Ian was doing while waiting for that GIF. He was hoping and
Yes,
praying
that was
and waiting.
that's from yesterday. Oh my god, that was the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and with
So they make a GIF of me.
All right,
So-
I really need to go to bed.
He needs to go to bed. We're gonna get out of here. But Patrick Marleau scored 4 goals tonight. How you feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. So until tomorrow night, keep it real, keep it tight, keep it real tight. Go Sharks, and we'll see you after the Winnipeg game. Good night.
Carpe diem. Act like you scored 4 goals.